press the share to send me the link.
Where's the share? Okay. And send it to you where? Email? Oh.
What?
Right here.
Oh.
I want that all on the wall.
You said what?
I want that all on the wall.
Oh, what? This?
Yeah.
I don't think it showed it.
No. You said what I just said.
Oh, it's too late now.
The playback. Oh, we have one person tuning in.
Hola.
Hello. How are you? Comment if you're logged in. Comment in the chat box. Let us know how you're doing. I hate when I don't know who's watching.
Yeah. It's annoying. Not annoying.
It's not, yeah. It's just I want to be able to interact.
Yeah.
That's all. But yeah, so today we wanted to hop on. We're going to be doing weekly live streams. And we would have had our podcast episode uploaded this week as well, but we had some technical difficulties. We did record it, but we have to re-record it and we'll upload hopefully next week. But this week on live, we're going to talk about one of our power trips of the week. So not our personal one, but we're going to talk about it. So stay tuned. Saquon is sending out the link right now. And so we're going to wait till other people join.
To send it out too.
So we're going to wait for some other people to join. He's so annoying. All right. So I'm going to be sending out the link as well. Don't mind my quarantine hairstyle. I need to go back to on our left. Okay. I hope you guys are staying safe out here and making sure, you continue socially distancing and just protecting your immune system. I know things are starting to open up and that's great and all, but just be cautious and don't dive back in because you just never know.
Yeah.
You just want to play it smart, be strategic.
Please.
Yes. So I'm going to send this. Let's see. Saquon and I are going live. If you can, I'm guessing everybody who's watching, maybe you're not logged in. But if you want to log in, by all means, so that you can chat with us in the chat box. We want to interact because with the power trip of the week, we want to have you guys tell us your opinion on it as well. If you guys saw the title, it's pretty juicy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely want everyone else's opinion.
Yeah, because we're going to tell you guys our opinion, and then we want to have feedback on what you think about it. And we both are reading this power trip from the the person who wrote it for the first time. So it's going to be like on the spot reaction.
What's good?
Hey, D. I still haven't even sent out one yet.
I didn't send that.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
How'd you know we were live? Oh, are you subscribed? Let's see. Okay, I'm just checking. Saquon and I are going live. Join us. What you been up to? Okay, paste. I wish we just need everyone to be subscribed because then that way they would just get, I think, the notification. And we wouldn't have to send it all the time.
Yeah, I'm not making like a whole text and everything like that.
Huh?
I'm not making like a whole text and everything though.
That's all I wrote.
No.
You just be sending the link.
No, I don't. Not all the time.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. But anywho, D, come on. You are our first little chat comment. How you doing? Is Cache with you? If she is, hey girl. Okay.
How was y'all birthdays too?
Yes. What did you guys do for your birthday? I know options were limited. Let's see. Okay. Let me text Brittany. Okay. I don't really. Let's see. Right now. Yes, ma'am. Okay. We're just waiting for a few more people to join, and then we're gonna get into the power trip of the week.
Was
no. You are ridiculous. Because, yeah, I'll talk to you about that later. Because you know good and well you ain't sending it to nobody else. We are just leaving the house, but we will join when we get back if you're still on. Sounds good. All right. So, hey, everybody who just joined. How are you guys? We're about to do our power trip of the week. So if you read the title, you know what it's about. And if you're not logged in, please log in because we want we want your opinion too. When we read the what did I say? Well, when we read the power trip, we want to know what you guys think about it too. Yeah. So if you're not logged in, hey, Boo Biz, my new.
Basically, we need y'all to write in the chat.
What's up, Esquire?
Esquire. Oh.
You
do shit, man. I mean, the kids.
Your cake with the gender. Oh, congrats! Wow, 2 girls and 2 boys. That's what's up.
You excited?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Even the playing field for you there.
That's funny. Courtney said, as soon as at Costco, I didn't know y'all made what? Y'all made champagne?
Yeah. Jermaine's the first person that
posted it.
Well, remember he
told you about it.
He told me about it.
So one of our friends is in Costco and she saw that there's a Saint Hilaire champagne. So she just texted me. She was like, I didn't know y'all made champagne. What up, Kev?
What's good?
How are you? What's everybody up to?
Because I shouldn't be doing too much of anything.
Well, they're opening things back up.
That's true.
Let's see. Is it Dibble and Dabble?
Jay Frank.
Hey, Jamila.
Oh, what's good, Jamila?
Jay Frank. Hey, girl. Hey. Yes, good. Everybody, be logged in. We are about to read the power trip of the week. And if you read the title, you kind of know what it's about. So we want to hear your opinion. We're going to read it, tell you our thoughts on it, and then we want to hear your guys' thoughts. If you agree, disagree, we want to know. And for those of you who just joined, we did record an episode of the podcast this week. However, we had some technical difficulties, so we couldn't post it. So we're going to post it, royalties. So we're going to post it probably next week. But yeah, we recorded it and then we had to not upload it, unfortunately. But it was a good topic too. So, okay, Dibble and Dabble. All right, so I'm gonna just start reading it since we got people in here. I'm good, just being a dad. You sound so old. Just being a dad, working
on a new computer mixtape.
Oh, that's cool. I don't know what that means, but that's cool.
I really like
what does that mean? A computer mixtape, like auto-tune? All right, so let me pull it up. Okay.
It's Camille, right?
Yeah. Hey, Camille. What's up, Camille? Oh, thank you guys for hopping on with us. So, Camille, since you just joined, I'm about to read our power trip of the week, and we're going to give you guys our opinion on it, and then we want to hear what you guys think and what advice you would give to this
This is a first one.
person.
I don't know this one. Right?
I don't know this one either. Yeah.
Okay.
Neither one of us have read the full details of it. And it's not long. Okay. So, question. My boss was hitting on me. I told my fiance and he went nuts. He told me to say something to him. He said, I'm too nice and I can't let this guy get away with this. Well, the job my fiance just started, his boss, okay, his boss is a woman. She likes him. So I told him to do the same thing he told me to do. He won't. Why is it different for me? We are in the same situation, yet he won't take action. Why? So, what do you have to say about that?
I mean, we read this one. I really don't remember what I said. So
we didn't talk about it.
I thought we did.
No, because we said we didn't want to talk about it.
Okay.
So, what's your opinion?
So basically, I mean, my simple, like, bottom line is that I think both people need to just say something.
She already did. She did say something.
And now he won't do it.
Yeah. Now the same situation happened for him, but he doesn't want to say anything.
I mean, she got to hold him to that standard because.
Do you think it's unfair that he won't say something after he asked her to?
Yeah, that's unfair.
Okay.
I mean, because it's what you asked for. You know, that's how I look at it. If you ask for something from me, you have to be able to do the same thing.
Okay. So I agree. I think if you have this expectation from me, you should be able to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But, well, not even a but. But I think from his, like, okay, so I think when people do things like that, it's from the perspective of like an insecurity. So the boss hit on the girl, mm-hmm. and he wanted her to say something. She probably, didn't take any like steps to make him think it was okay or like she liked it, mm-hmm. but he actually wanted her to say, no, this was not okay. Don't do that again. I'm in a relationship, Yeah. And that I think comes from an insecurity of, okay, someone's hitting on you and possibly like that the guy is feeling uncomfortable because he knows that the girl has options at the workplace.
Wait, so you hear about
work husbands all the time.
I mean, yeah, you do. But wait, so you saying him speaking up about it is an insecurity?
No. I don't think necessarily. I think the thought that made him concerned with the boss hitting on her is an insecurity. Because like he hit on her, to demand that she say something to him, mm-hmm. is an insecurity. Because if she already said, okay, hun, he hit on me, but I just brushed it off and that was that. But he's like, no, you need to go back, let him know, unacceptable. Don't do it again, or my man is coming down. Then I feel like that's insecurity.
So we're talking about if it's a one-time thing, like if this guy just did this one time.
Right, yeah, just one time. And then as far as him saying that he's not going to speak up at his job, it's because like when you're the person in control of a situation, he probably feels like, well, I know I'm not going to mess with this lady. So there's nothing for me to say. And there's no insecurity because he knows that his behavior is not going to jeopardize a relationship if, he's a faithful man. Yeah. So he knows that his behavior won't jeopardize a relationship, but he doesn't know or doesn't have control over what happens at the fiance's job.
No, that's I guess I get it on that end. If it's the first time, yeah. I mean, I laugh it off the first time.
Would you?
The first time?
Because that's the boss though. So that is someone that every day.
No, okay, no. And, all right, so I take it back. The boss, no, I wouldn't laugh. I probably would not laugh. Uh-huh. But I don't think I would be so concerned about it.
Right.
For me personally, it would just like open up like my ears, just in case next time around. Uh-huh. So I'm probably not gonna say nothing. I'll probably just ask you what he said.
Right.
Things like that.
Hey,
I would probably try to make some type of light of it in my head. Honestly, okay. I would let it go.
Hold on, baby. So for those of you who just joined, we're going over our power trip of the week. It's not us personally, but basically the scenario is this lady, she's engaged and she's at her job and her boss is hit on her once. And so she told her fiance about it. And he demanded that she go back and tell the boss that it's inappropriate and, that it was unacceptable. But then the fiance, he got a new job and his boss hit on him. And so she said, you need to go and do the same thing you told me to do. But he said he wouldn't. So right now we're talking about our opinions on it. Both of us agree that it's not fair that he demands something of her that he wouldn't do himself, number one. And then we were breaking down to the fact where I believe that it's an insecurity on his end by telling her she has to go back to the boss and say, this is unacceptable, don't do it again. Because if it only happened one time and she told her fiance and it didn't go any further, there should be no need for her to double back to the boss. But also on the fiance's end, the guy at his job, I feel like he doesn't feel like he needs to say anything because he's in control of himself and he knows that he's not going to go further with his boss. So because he's in control, he feels like, oh, well, I don't have to say anything. But in his fiance's situation, he's not there. So he's not in control of what she does. So that's why I feel like it's insecurity. And Saquon was just saying his thoughts on it too.
Yeah, what y'all think about that though?
Yeah, write down. You guys can start writing in the chat box. What do you think? Do you think that the fiance was out of line for telling her to go back to her boss and say something? Do you think that it's a double standard, that he felt the need to let her know she should go to her boss, but he wouldn't do the same and go to his boss? Write in the chat what you guys think. I'm really interested to see your perspective. But yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, if it was like 2-3 times, then right. I mean, yeah, I would definitely have to tell you to be like, yo, now it's time to say something after 2-3 times.
And I think, a woman should say something. Like, it wouldn't have to take you telling me. Like, if if someone, continuously is like hitting on me and I don't want them to hit on me, then I am going to speak up and say, like, relax.
Yeah.
I got a man. But yeah, so let us know what you guys think.
Why you retracted your message, Kev? Oh, maybe if he left, it take it off?
I don't know. No, because his first one is there.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I don't know.
You thinking about, Kev? You paranoid over there or something?
What?
I don't know. Taking messages back.
How do I
think it was the 3.
All right, so let us know what you guys think in the chat. Hopefully you didn't get booted off the live or anything.
Right? Yeah, that's crazy. Well, G.
Yeah, G, what do you think?
What you think? If your girl was at work and she came home and told you that her boss was hitting on her, this is the first time. Just the first time.
Yeah.
What would you do? Would you tell her that she has to tell him to chill? Like, would you demand anything? Or would you even feel away?
Yeah. Because some people, they don't care if their partner gets hit on.
Nah, some people like it.
Yeah, they like, not my cup of tea, but I guess it just kind of gives them a head boost. Like, oh, someone wants my person, but they can't have them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. So let us know what you guys think.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where everybody went.
Oh goodness. Okay. Oh wow. Camille. Honestly, he probably either thinks he can handle it, and if that's the case, he needs to keep his wife in the loop and do what makes his wife feel secure and loved, or he likes the female boss in return. That's a good
That could be why he's
perspective.
holding out.
Both of those are good perspectives, though, because that's another thing. Even though he may feel like he has it under control, he still has to think about his fiance's feelings. And if she doesn't feel secure, he still should be compromising to make sure that she feels like she has nothing to worry about.
I mean, I mean that's true. I just look at it like the compromise is do what you told me to do.
Well, that too.
Do what you told me to do.
Too. And then the other part was, yeah, he may like the boss.
Yeah.
That's true. And yeah, well, that's a whole nother can of worms. If he likes the boss, we have bigger problems.
Yeah, that's bigger fish to fry.
Yes. Thank you, Camille. That was some good insight, good perspective.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, and Kev said he had typos.
Oh, that's okay.
Wait, so people did. It's just not telling us.
Yeah. So I don't know. Our live might be, I don't know if it's going slow on our end. So if you guys typed in there, we may not be getting it yet.
Yeah, I think it
may be like a lag or something.
Yeah.
But so if you did type something, we didn't get it. We only got Camille's. But if anyone else has a perspective or an opinion on it, type below. Kevin driving. Kev, get off the live driving. Be safe. Oh goodness.
Well, thanks for writing.
Yes, thank you for joining, but get off and be safe, please.
No, you don't got to get off.
Be safe.
You got Bluetooth in the car? Well, no, don't write anything. But you probably got Bluetooth.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, anybody else have any opinions? If not, we can read another one.
Yeah.
Since that one didn't spark, guys. Okay. So I'm going to just read another one. So this one says, the guy I'm with and I are in the midst of a power struggle. It seems he is secretive or tells only half the story, when it really is nothing that should be a big deal. I wonder if he unconsciously withholds love from me in order to keep the power balance somehow. He rarely compliments me, if at all, and if I say anything about it, he says I am fishing. For example, last Saturday night, I was at his place and he had been working a side job that morning. I saw that he was still in his work clothes as if he had just gotten home and asked, gee, did you have to work all day long? Not being nosy, understand, but just it was unusual for a Saturday. He replied, yep, blandly, and said nothing more. The next day he told me, I spent hours yesterday afternoon over at George's house talking to him about all his problems. So of course I knew he hadn't worked all day, but why did he tell me he had? It was no big deal, but he is always doing things like that. For example, saying he went one place when he went another. Like I said, these things are just why I just assume I am not being told the whole story all the time, because the little white lies really make you wonder. And it also has a tendency to make you feel insecure, which puts him in control. Darn. So can such things be a power struggle? I have heard that relationships go through 3 phases. Okay, anyway. So do you think that's a power struggle on his end? To basically tell little white lies that really don't seem like, it's like it doesn't make sense on why he's lying to begin with.
Maybe. I mean, as far as that is concerned, I feel like that's like some psychology type stuff, because I wouldn't understand why he's doing that.
Yeah.
I don't, for me personally, you don't get any power out of doing that.
Well, she's saying that, I guess it seems like, in my interpretation, that she feels like he's gaining power because she's always going to be wondering. So she's always going to be checking up on him or like up under him, wondering what he's doing. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not the right type of power. I don't think you would want that type of power, but it's always like she's she's going to be too worried about what he's doing all the time.
Yeah, and I mean, if she is, I guess, expressing that to him, then possibly.
But I just think that, first of all, that's a red flag. Like, if you lie about the small things, you're going to lie about the big things.
Yeah.
And especially when the small things aren't that big of a deal. So, like, he said he worked all day, but he was really at his friend's house listening to his problems all day. I wouldn't believe that he was really at his friend's house.
What if that was a dry joke, though?
No, he said that the next day. But I wouldn't believe that he's at his friend's house, because why would you lie? Like, if you would have just told me, oh no, I went to George's house and, I was just helping him through some things that first day when I asked you, then I wouldn't be suspicious. But then the next day, you're going to change your story from saying you worked all day to, oh, I was at his house.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it like all right, I mean, it would make me wonder.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't find the power part of it. It just, even if I wondered all the time, I don't understand how me wondering just gives me some type of power. Just because I don't understand.
You wouldn't have the power. The person who's telling the lies would have the power, not the person wondering.
The power just to lie.
Play with your mind.
Play with my mind. I mean, I guess if you look at it like that, I mean, but yeah, I mean, I agree with you on, if someone's lying about that, little things, they can lie about the big things. Likely. Yeah, they're more likely to lie about the big things. But then I question, is he just a dry guy? And you can't, for real, because it's people that do stuff like that, and they're not like you can't read their emotions.
Yeah, I mean, so maybe when he said yep, when she asked him if he was working all day and he said yep, you think that was a dry joke? Like, obviously, no, I wasn't working all day.
Think about it. Work and listening to relationship problems all day. I mean, it could be a very dry joke.
That's very dry.
I mean, I'm just saying. If you was like, oh, you was at work all day, yeah, listening.
No, he didn't say it like that.
No, I understand but I'm saying the whole thing together.
But he said one thing one day and one thing the next day. Thanks, Camille-ster.
No, I understand that he said them separate times. I get it. I'm just saying, but what if it was pieced together? Then it would make sense.
But it wasn't. Exactly. So we got to go off of what was given, and what was given was shady. And I do feel like maybe he can think that she nags a lot or like questions him a lot, which makes him feel some type of way. So where I mean, I still don't give you a pass for the lying, but I think if she always questions him and he doesn't feel like it's coming from a place of just curiosity, he feels like it's kind of coming from a place of distrust.
Yeah.
Then he may just be short and not be fully upfront.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's okay, because obviously now she's stuck with assuming he's a liar, which he is. And that's causing dysfunction within their relationship. And then she also feels like he doesn't compliment her or, make her feel wanted in the relationship. So that's a power play. And I think that's what she was referring to too, because she said he doesn't compliment her or make her feel wanted. And she thinks that's like a power grab, because okay, so if you're in a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you may have your own insecurities and stuff like that, but typically your partner, should big you up and, oh, you're beautiful, or, whatever, compliment you.
Yeah.
And they don't do that. And you already feel insecure. Not saying she does, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's kind of like, well, I mean, he's with me, I'm going to stay, not really getting compliments from him or anybody else. And I don't feel that great myself. So I guess I'll just, stay here and deal with it. That's kind of like the playing with your mind type of thing.
Wow.
Even though like she can be very beautiful, even if she has that insecurity within herself, him not complimenting her could be a power move. And I don't know. what his reasonings would be behind it all. But I do think there's like a lack and a break in their communication where, for one, if he feels like she's nagging, he needs to speak up and say,
that's true.
I'm sure with you, I don't like to tell you things because every time I do, then you do X, Y, and Z. Or she needs to speak up. They both need to speak up, honestly.
That's what I think. I mean, because it sounds like no, I'm not gonna say it sound like. I don't even know if she says these things to him.
Right. Yeah. She didn't say if she voices it to him and he just ignores it.
Pretty much, and that's big. That's big right there. Because I mean, if she's just sitting there worrying or whatever, and about where he's going, she might not know that he's tired of her accent.
But that's also on his part because he didn't voice it to her.
Yeah.
So it's a two-way street, honestly, and I mean that's communication.
Yeah, it's big. Communication is huge.
Yeah. So, yeah. Any other comments? Anybody have an opinion on that one? Oh.
What?
I thought I almost pressed out of it.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm interested to see what you guys think about that one. Do you think that's like on his end a power move to kind of gain control? Like by keeping her insecure and keeping her wondering, do you think that's like him trying to play that power role?
Yeah, I can't see the whole power side of it. Because he could really be just what's a real good word? Oh man, oblivious to the fact that she might be feeling insecure.
Yeah, I mean he could be oblivious to that, but he's still lying.
Yeah, but thinking about himself, if she always acts, you get what I'm saying? If she always acts something like, "Oh, where were you at today?
Mm-hmm.
Where you going?" That might get annoying. You know what I'm saying? So that might have stopped him from telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that was just for him. You get what I'm saying? Now, as many times as he's done it, now, she may feel insecure, right? On top of the fact that he doesn't compliment her. How would you ease him or her out of the insecurities?
Good question.
I don't think he's insecure.
He may not be insecure, but the way that he could help ease her, for one, you do have to gain just like self-confidence for yourself. That's a work in progress. Mm-hmm. But in a relationship, I do feel like as your partner, they should want you to feel secure in the relationship.
Which they should. You're right.
And so for him, I feel like, for one, he needs to stop lying.
But that's what I'm saying.
And be vocal on why he felt the need to lie in the
But
first
he
place.
can be completely oblivious to her feelings.
Well, she needs to speak up too.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
But that's not necessarily I was just answering Kevin's question. But go ahead.
Oh, how to ease? I mean, but yeah, she got to speak up on them first. That's the big part.
To be honest and just say, I'm feeling like this. So she needs to speak up, and then he needs to be receptive to what she's saying and be honest on why he's doing what he's doing.
Yeah, and I mean, to be honest, at that point, once it's brought to the table, he has to make attempts towards the things that she's saying, some type of way, to meet in the middle.
Well, and he's gonna have to do a little bit more because now that he's already been a liar, been labeled as a liar, she's not gonna necessarily just because he says, okay, I'm gonna tell you the truth from now on.
Well, she know that he's telling the truth, though.
No, she doesn't know he's telling the truth.
Oh, she didn't really know like the truth was that, the second thing?
No. No, she didn't know the truth. He was lying. So, but I think so once if he agrees to say, okay, I'm gonna be honest from here on out, he's gonna have to put in some work for her to believe that. Because I mean, granted, she can say, okay, I trust you are going to be honest with me. And I think though she'll still have that voice in the back of her head saying, ooh, I don't know, he's lied so many times over small things. Is this true? Is this not? Is he going back to old ways? So I think he may have to, at work, babe. Or I don't know. Like he'll have to do things though to really like show he's trying and show that he's being honest.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I just would have want something like that to become a habit.
Yeah, that's true. That's how men do it. They make what? You don't agree?
No, what you supposed to say?
You don't agree? What you gotta say?
I just don't understand the whole power side of it.
Because
I mean, I understand where she can be insecure and things like that. And I mean, if once she insecure, then I think if he's fully aware of her being insecure,
and she thinks he is.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if she's fully aware, if he's fully aware that she's feeling insecure, like she really worrying about me, and he don't think it's fun. I mean, well, even if he still think it's funny, that's abuse. But and power, yeah.
Yeah.
But if he really has a feeling other than he's not even thinking about it, then okay, yeah, it's power, and he just having fun, I guess.
At the expense of her feelings and emotions.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is wrong. Get him, girl. No. Yeah. But no, I honestly think in this situation that communication is huge. And they need to both be vocal with each other. She needs to tell him how he's making her feel, which you would think is common sense, but sometimes you just have to voice things to people.
Yeah.
And then
she's had to say stuff to me. So
yeah.
I mean,
it's just certain people don't perceive their actions. So like sometimes I could do something or he could do something and we perceive it as like innocent, harmless, but the other person may feel some type of way about it. And it's not like you did anything wrong, but because you made your partner feel some type of way, you have to acknowledge their feelings. Yeah. I mean, you're in a relationship.
So. Or I think about it in a love language sense. Like someone like, okay, before I met you, right? My whole thing with the touchy-feely stuff, as much as you liked it, I wasn't about it. You understand? So my everyday, like the way that I carried myself,
the way you showed affection,
the way that I showed affection naturally just was not like that. You understand what I'm saying? Until you voiced it. And I mean, even then, I mean, it took some time, but for me, I had to try.
Right, you worked. You made an attempt.
I kind of look at it like that, but the other side could really ignore. They could fully ignore that. Yeah.
That's
because right. he could be, like I said, he could literally be a arrogant person. You get what I'm saying? Some arrogant people just don't even think about other people's feelings. It's right. It's not like they it's not like they're saying, oh, here go the time that I could
hurt her feelings again.
Yeah, hurt her feelings right now. Oh yeah, perfect time. They just arrogant, you know. And as far as maybe how long they've been into a relationship, you know, and if she didn't speak up on it, you know, he just cooling it, and he probably care about her. You just gotta say something.
Yeah.
I mean, the way she's saying about the lies, I mean, I'll be saying something about the lie. Like, you ain't about to keep.
You ain't gonna keep lying to me. You're not about our relationship.
Yeah. You're not about to lie to me so many times that I need to write online before I say something to you.
Yeah.
You know, that's not about to happen.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah. Because, I mean, at that point, if you feel like you need to go to someone else
for advice.
Yeah, if you need to go to someone else for advice before you try to say anything, then you need to automatically be thinking about yourself and your line of communication with that person.
So let's say she did say something to him and he just blew her off. Then what would you suggest she did?
I mean, I would kind of stand on it, and then if that don't work, probably counseling. You know, couples counseling or something like that. Because maybe at that point, we still don't know why he's doing it.
Yeah.
You
so
know?
it's something internal within him.
Yeah, it could be that he's not necessarily going to express to her necessarily. He highly needs a medium.
So you think she should fight for her love until there's no more fight?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's especially depending on how long they've been together.
Yeah, I definitely think it depends on how long. Because I think if this is in the beginning of the relationship and this is happening, I would take this kind of as a red flag. And I don't know. In the beginning, I don't know if I'd be like, oh, let's try couples counseling. I'll be like, listen,
definitely
sweetie,
not.
When people show you who they are, believe them.
In the beginning, if you got to do all the little white lies and stuff like that, you out of here.
Exactly.
We could be friends.
No,
we could be. I mean, we could be friends, but you're not gonna be like my best friend. Like you're not gonna be like in my circle like that. You know, we could be cool, but I know you a liar.
Yeah, but I don't even want liar friends. So it's like I don't really want you in my circle. I don't want that energy around me. And not to say, you're a bad not to say like you're a bad person, but we're different paths right now.
Yeah.
You growing that way, I'm growing this way.
You just think it's cool to be lying.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah. So that's all I think about it. It definitely depends on the time and the length of their relationship.
Yeah.
Maybe 5 or 6 years in, right, you could actually evaluate the actions that they've done for you or other things,
When you have history, you know that person better than when you just started dating. So you'll know, is this something that's new in the relationship, or is this how they've been in the beginning, but now you're just kind of tired of it? Because sometimes I feel like people accept certain things, certain red flags that they see, they just kind of like push it to the side and keep moving forward because the relationship is new, it's still fun, and they just want to give it a shot. So they ignore some red flags, but then once you have some years on your belt and you start realizing, man, things just haven't changed. Then it's like, okay, it becomes a real issue.
Yeah.
And that's a tough thing too, because sometimes it's like, I believe in a relationship that you both should be growing and you should be learning stuff from your partner and vice versa. And if you don't, I don't know. I just don't see how flourishing that relationship is, just because if you're staying stagnant, it's kind of like, what's the point, in my opinion? But I feel like if you dated somebody knowing that this was their personality or a characteristic of them, then can you really expect them to change it years later in the relationship? What do you guys think? Because I always wonder, because sometimes I'm like, okay, if I knew this about you in the beginning of our relationship and I still chose to date you, then, I'm accepting you as who you are. And certain things, we're growing with, but certain things, it's like, if this is like your personality or this is who you are, and I accepted it because I chose to date you, then do you think you have the right to say, okay, I feel like you need to change this or work on this? Or do you feel like I accepted this from the beginning, so I really can't say anything about it? Let me know. What do you think, baby?
I think so I guess on the politically correct side of it, you don't have to accept it, I guess. You could do whatever you want.
You don't have to be political. I want to know your opinion, not politically correct.
But so for me though, I look at it like what I would try to do is expect the person to at least work on it, and
so even though that you knew what you were getting yourself into.
Yeah, and it depends on how much is bothering me at this point.
Okay, well that's true because people evolve.
Yeah, because I probably didn't really want it back then, and I accepted them for who they were. And now let's say 8 years in, it's just bothering me, but it's not really bothering me like that. I'm just thinking about the fact that I never really liked it. At that point, I would just talk to the person to be like, yo, can we just start working this out a little bit?
But you said it's not bothering you that much.
That's what I'm saying. If it's not bothering me that much, and I'm just thinking,
then you just let that one slide.
No, you can.
You said it's not bothering you that much,
but it's still bothering me a little bit, and I never really liked it.
But you decided to date them.
But I'm going to think about this for the rest of our relationship.
Well, it's kind of like, see,
I'm not saying stop. I'm not saying stop. I said work on it. You can meet me halfway to where we could be some type of satisfied, because I'm deep. I'm knee deep into this, and I'm just sitting here thinking about it. Like, I really don't like this. I really don't like this, but I love.
Go ahead.
I really don't like this, but I love you to death. But it just, I think about it every day.
Every day?
Nah, not every day.
8 years?
No, not every day. Not every day. But, I think about it. I think about it just probably here and there. But I believe that's something that you do think about here and there or whatever. You could ask about it. You could, because at the end of the day, do you want to think about something here and there for the rest of your life?
I mean, I think certain things like the saying, pick your battles, it's not that big of a deal if it's here and there. Now, if it's something that, like, let's say someone picks their nails and, and, they've been doing that since the beginning. You didn't really like it, but you're like, whatever, not too big of a deal. And then, they'll do it from time to time, 8 years down the line, and you're like, okay, do you really have to do that? But it doesn't really like grind your gears. Like, it doesn't really bother you to that extent. That, I feel like, unless you say, like, you really mess up your nail bed when you do.
What do you mean by picking your nails? Like,
don't use a nail clipper. Like, they just use their finger.
Yeah. So, I mean, are we talking about you?
No.
Okay. Because
I'm just saying, like, something small. Like, that's something small where I feel like you don't think about it every day. It still, like, bothers you, but it's not going to really affect your whole mood of the day. Now, let's say your partner, when you guys go out, right, they'll dance with, like, a guy or something, right? And in the beginning of your relationship, it didn't bother you. But now 8 years down the line, and maybe, or 10 years, whatever, we're not talking about us, but like down the line, you guys have been together for a while, and now you're thinking about marriage and kids and things like that. And now you're kind of like, I don't really feel comfortable with that anymore. Like, I really, I would appreciate if you wouldn't do that. Now, like I said, in the beginning of the relationship, it was cool, but now later down the line, you don't feel comfortable with it. So in my mind, something like that, I think because you've evolved as a person, that may not sit comfortably with you anymore. And that's something that you could discuss with your partner and be like, hey, I don't really feel comfortable with this anymore. I know you used to, it's something that was done in the beginning of our relationship, but now I just feel like, we're moving towards, we're getting older, really, do we need to talk that much? we're going to get married, things like that. So I would say, like, that's something I think you could, down the line, change up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You can change it up. I think it can change up. And if it's not going to change up and, let's say you say, oh, all right, cool, I'm not going to dance no more. If you really feel like in your soul you need to be dancing on people like that, you need to tell him and you need to go ahead. Like,
why does she need to go ahead?
Well, they need to separate. Either way, like, they just need to separate.
Or what if
he's not feeling it? He's not feeling it no more. That's not his version of marriage and stuff like that. He don't think that that's what she should be doing. While
at this stage of the relationship.
It was cool while we was just this, but at this point in my life, when I think I want you to be the mother of my kid and everything like that, I don't really think that it needs to be going on. It's just like you see a pregnant girl at the club. You get what I'm saying? Like, we look at it like, what? But they thought it was okay.
Yeah.
They thought it was fine. Now, I'm pretty sure relationships have ended because of that.
Because a pregnant woman went
Yeah, because the girl just think that she need to be out with her friends partying while she pregnant.
So okay, that's a good one. I mean, I of course don't think you should be in the club while pregnant. For one, it's kind of like that's just not the atmosphere
No.
you should be in. Loud music, drinks, and you're putting your belly in harm's way. Yeah. I just don't think that's
But you get what I'm saying? They've reached this point.
But do you think that's worth someone leaving somebody over because they decided to take their body into the club?
I don't think it's okay. You can do whatever you want with your body, but if he chooses to co-parent at that point, then that's the point he chooses, because you got to understand at the end of the day, the person this is how I look at it. The person that thinks it's okay to be around all the drinking and what excess whatever at the club while they pregnant, then I mean I look at it like a mindset thing, and it would be some type of power struggle later on in the relationship if these are the things that you think that you can want to do. If these are things that you want to do, it may be a power struggle, because let's say we get over it now, right? And then I forget about it, and hopefully, and I'm gonna hope she did it one time, because then that will help forget. But if they did it multiple times during that cycle, then during that pregnancy, then I don't know. But let's say they did make it through that one, right? The second one come,
second pregnancy,
another pregnancy come, and she still thinks she needs to be doing it. Now it's a mindset. It's
been a mindset from the first time.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And it's linked to all the other things that he probably have to deal with this girl.
First of all, though, he chose to be with her.
No, that's true.
He chose to have a baby with her.
That's true.
So he should have been getting to know her mindset before he got her pregnant.
Yeah, but love makes some people kind of, But nah, for real. They do. It kind of makes some people make the weird decisions, I guess. But I mean, I think at that point, like, he still could say, like, yo, I just feel like we not here, I guess. He still have the right to say that.
I mean, definitely. I agree. He has the right to express how he feels, and she should be understanding to it. Now, everyone has free will. You can do what you want to do. But with every action comes a reaction. So like you said, if he chooses to walk away.
Yeah, it's a lot that come with that.
See, I can get it, but then it's a tough one.
It's
a tough one because it's like, so you're breaking up with me because I'm going to the club?
See, and it sounds simple. It sounds
really really, but then it's so much deeper. You're right. Yeah, it's like, no, you're putting our child in harm. You're in multiple ways. Like, people smoke, people drink, people fight at the club. There's loud music that's not good for the baby to be hearing in the womb. I
was just about to say that. Not even the harm. I mean, just think about I guess it's harm, but if you look at it, the way we talk about things is the type of energy that you're giving my child.
Our child.
Yeah, our child. It's just like not the energy that I necessarily think that needs to be part of the process.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it may not change in some people's eyes, but I think that without that being into someone's pregnancy cycle or whatever process, that child's going to be different.
Yeah, I mean, everything you do, everything that you're around, like that they even say, like, arguing with your spouse or your partner during your pregnancy, the baby is affected by all of that. So going to the club and like you said, having that energy around, like, that's why I don't agree with it either. I don't think you should be in the club, but I just wanted to know, like, your opinion on that. I mean, you brought it up, but I just wanted to know as far as, like, leaving the person for it.
Yeah, that's all. Like, yeah.
But I agree. I think, like, even if she was like a club goer, but if he had the conversation with her just to say, I don't feel comfortable, and gave his reasons why, and they were, reasonable, she should be willing to compromise, and even if she's not at that level of growth in her mind to say, let me do the responsible thing.
Yeah, and
then she should be like, okay, but I love him and I understand what he's saying, so I don't have to go to the club.
Yeah, I mean, no, in that sense, I mean, yeah, it don't matter if he communicated anything correctly. I mean,
yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes,
he don't need no reason.
He does.
He don't need no reason.
He does. No, if she thinks what she's doing is okay, he does.
No, but like you just said, make the responsible decision.
But in her mind, she might have not thought it through. She could have been like a little more immature, have some growing to do. And like I said, in a relationship, you're supposed to help each other grow. So he can be elevating her up in this instance.
I mean, that's true. I'm just thinking about it in the case where what if he doesn't know how to communicate that?
Now, what? The good logical reasons?
Yeah, if he doesn't know how to communicate those good logical reasons to her, I mean, in a way that she can grasp.
So that one's tough, because then it could also come from it may not even be a concern of him caring about the baby's health. He just may not want her up in the club.
No. See, you took it left. I didn't say that.
Well, then he should have.
He's got the good reasons, but he don't know how to communicate them.
He can Google. He can Google. Is it beneficial to go in the club pregnant? And I guarantee you, there's an article on
that's true, but she don't got to read it.
She doesn't have to. He can read it to her. Be like, listen, hun. I did some research because I just wanted to make sure, I wasn't tripping. And this is what I found. And then he can divulge that to her. And then hopefully she's receptive. But, so now, what if, right, the reason she wanted to go is because he was going. And so he says all the things about the safety of the baby and stuff. And then she's like, well, if I'm not going, then you ain't going. Yeah. So then what do you think? Do you think it's right for him? Do you think he should stay home? Or do you think it's unfair of her to ask him to stay home because he's not the one who's pregnant? And it's something they already have planned, or maybe it was like a friend's birthday or something, that, they were expected to be at, and she's pregnant. So it makes sense for her not to be there, but he could still be there. He's not pregnant. But since he voiced that, and she's like, all right, well, I'll stay if you stay.
If it's at the club, nah, he could chill.
If it's a house party, if it's anything,
if it's a house party, I look at it like, if it's a house party, no, you're right. He don't gotta go.
Yeah,
he don't have to go.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
I'll say it too.
Now, let's say it's a close friend or something like that. Then I think he could probably talk to her, and let her know.
And she'll be like, you know what, hon? I feel the same. Let's go. No. I mean, in my opinion, I'd probably be like, all right, go have fun. Because I wouldn't even have thought to go to the club anyway.
Yeah.
So I'd probably be like, go ahead, have fun, be back by 9. I'm just kidding.
No, and see, but
I would hope you would not stay out all night.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, in my head, that's what I was about to get into that.
What?
I probably would go and just not really stay like that. And that's why I was saying, like, if it wasn't the club or something like that, like, let's say if it was a house party, even a house party, right? If it was going to be all, whatever going on, I would just go to drop the gift off, stay for like a little bit, and then I'm out.
See, I get it. I get the mindset. However, another option would be, you know what? Let's just take so-and-so out to lunch, brunch, dinner.
No.
And we can all go and give him the gift or
and
her
that's
the
true.
gift.
That is very true. That can be done too. Is we just pick another day.
Yeah, to celebrate and just celebrate. That's appropriate. Yeah,
that's true. I mean, yeah, that's smart.
You smart.
But yeah. I think it's okay for the guy to sacrifice with
the lady. Yeah.
I mean, why not?
I agree. I mean, and like I said, for me,
It's
I
selfish.
wouldn't mind, huh?
That's selfish, actually, thinking about it to a certain extent.
For the guy?
Yeah.
If he decides to go.
Yeah, but then there's just certain things that you just can't do too.
While you're pregnant. Yeah. That's like saying, because, okay, so we were talking about like the honeymoon. This is before the wedding got postponed. So we were talking about doing our dream honeymoon for our 1-year anniversary. Mm-hmm. I guess it wouldn't have been it was like our anniversary trip.
Yeah.
To our dream honeymoon destination though. And I was like, well, I don't want to be pregnant because I want to go zipline. Like, I'm very adventurous. So I want to do everything. And if you're pregnant, you can't do those things.
Yeah.
But in that case, it would be unfair of me to say,
you gonna tell me
you ain't scuba diving.
I can't go on the zip line because
you ain't zip lining.
We came all the way to Bali, standing right here by this zip line. And I can't get on because they say, you pregnant? I'm hopping on this zip line.
I'll meet you at the bottom.
I'm gonna pay for something to get you over there quick. You know, don't use your feet. Don't use your feet, but I'm getting on the zip line.
I mean,
scuba diving and things like that. Well, you know what?
They should let me.
You know what though?
Pregnant woman scuba dive.
Because of the water.
Or maybe it's
it's too much pressure. Too much pressure. Yeah. But then again, there's things like for me personally that I think about the experience that we'd have together doing it. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, he's big on that.
Yeah. So like if I would be really excited if like with the zip line, right? But I'm pretty sure if they had a harness that fit 2 people, right? And I know that they have the harness and they take a picture of me, and I got, I've just got my my picture. I would feel bad. I would feel bad.
That I didn't go with you.
Yeah. The second, like, just looking at the picture, I'd be like.
But I would say go. I like in that case, it wouldn't like it's not his fault. It's nothing. Well, it is kind of his fault that I'm pregnant. That I would be pregnant. But like it's nothing that he's trying to do out of spite or anything like that. So it's like go have fun.
And I mean, I'll watch. As a matter of fact, there's a time that you turn it down, and I told you to just go ahead. And
the indoor skydiving.
Exactly. I couldn't do it because of
shoulder.
Yeah, my shoulder. Not an issue. I had a surgery on it, but I couldn't do it because of that.
And that was like a surprise birthday gift that I was doing for him.
Yeah.
But they were like, if you ever had your shoulder, dislocated, then you shouldn't do it because the air pressure can knock it back out of the socket.
Yeah.
So he was like, well, you can still go ahead and do it. But I'm like, no, again.
I was excited to see you do it.
Yeah. But it was like, it was for his birthday. It was an experience that we're going to have together. So I didn't want him to sit there and wait for me and watch me. And he just sits and watches. Yeah. So we just found something else to do. But yeah, so in those cases, I think like, the other partner should, because you should have joy in seeing your partner have a good time as well, even if you can't.
Yeah. And I mean, now you got me thinking deeper into it. I don't know if I would get on the zip line. If it was that trip, I probably wouldn't get on the zip line. Because that's not fair. It's not like,
but it's
no,
it's
you know
fair.
what? No. In a pregnant sense, yes, it's fair.
Because even like, let's say, God forbid, not happening, but someone had like a broken ankle or something, so you couldn't go.
Yeah.
I'll meet you at the bottom, hun. Like I'm zip lining. This is ballet. We can. Oh yeah, you'd be limited.
Yeah.
But I'll lay you on the cabana at the beach. You got the people who come bring you drinks. You could do it on the beach massage. Your girl's going on the jet ski. I'll see you.
Wait. Oh, well, I guess on the jet skis and stuff like that.
Yeah, because if like you have the cast and stuff like that, you can't do it. But most likely,
I feel the way though if I got the cast and stuff. You think you're gonna just set me up on the beach? And if you leave the resort and stuff like that,
no, you'll see me.
Oh, if I can see, I guess, and I can't do nothing, then I mean.
But I don't even think we would.
I might just stay. I mean, in that case, I me, I probably wouldn't even sit on the beach.
But I don't even think we would take that trip in that case of someone being injured, just because it's harder for you to get around. And I'm sure like we would want to experience like the local area and walk around and stuff. So I don't even think we would take it.
What if it happened though while you were there? Because you know how we said we wanted the 2 weeks. Yeah. What if like it happened like the 4th day in?
Ooh, well, patch you up. I'll take a day off just so we can see how you're doing, how you're recovering, rest, relax. And then, we'll have to look up the itinerary, see what things you're able to do and things you're not. And then some things I probably, because basically it's like, this is a new experience just being in Bali and all the things that we have planned, but this is also a new experience for us, you know? So I would also think about special things that we had planned for ourselves that we wanted to try for the first time together. And I would be like, okay, we're going to cancel that. We'll have to come back and do another trip.
Yeah.
But certain things that we've done already, like jet skiing, we've done already.
Yeah.
Certain things like that. Hang tight, kid. I'll be back for you.
I get it though. I get it on that end.
But yeah, so yeah.
Man, I really hope y'all were writing.
Yeah, we don't.
And we just didn't get anything.
I hope that's not the case though. Well, I hope it is because I hope you guys are being interactive. Thank you, Camille.
Because I feel like we had a good. Yes, and thank y'all too.
Yeah, thank you guys for inputting your opinions.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, next time, maybe let us know what you want us to talk about. Right?
Yeah, y'all can ask questions and everything, especially while we on live. I mean,
yeah, we're gonna get off in a little bit.
Yeah,
but
our podcast will be more structured.
Yeah, but our lives are just for us to come, hang out with you guys, chat, and then also when we do our podcast, we'll have a power trip of the week. So when you listen to the podcast, we're going to come on here so you guys can give us your opinions.
Yeah.
And then also we're going to be doing game night once a month. So stay tuned for that because we had such a fun time for the first game night.
And if y'all have a power trip of the week.
Oh, yes.
Send it in so we can talk about it.
Yeah, you can email us at thepowertrippodcast@gmail.com. You can also just send it, I guess, on YouTube. Do they have a message box on YouTube?
Probably.
Send it there, text us, and if you want to be anonymous, that's fine. We'll change names. We don't have to use names, or we'll make up names. But yeah, so let us know because we really want to get you guys involved as well.
And a power trip doesn't have to be like a relationship thing.
Right. It can be, it's a relationship, but it doesn't have to be intimate relationship like this.
It can be with the sister.
Yeah,
brother.
Parent, boss. It could be a stranger. Let me tell y'all, we were in Costco, and this guy. So I dropped some stuff. My like some cards. My wallet is a little. Need to clean it out. But I dropped my cards on the floor, so we were next in line. So Saquon's helping me pick up all my stuff from the floor. We looked up, and this guy cuts us in the Costco line.
Why he had to be one of us too?
And he was a brother.
Yes.
So I'm like, oh heck no. And I kept my cool because he already put his stuff on the conveyor belt. But he heard me too. Because I'm like, you know what? God does not like ugly.
Yeah, and it's funny.
And you reap what you sow.
I was hot, so I'm trying not to say nothing because I was upset, and then I know he knew what was up because he wasn't looking.
Oh, he didn't make.
And then she keep talking. She just keep
because that's what I do. Because at the end of the day, he knows he was wrong, and he shouldn't have done that. He could have waited his turn, and that was the quickest checkout I've ever seen because he made sure he hurried up. And then even when we left, he was not trying to look at him.
Yeah. No. When we left, I remember I said he was standing over by the thing, and he was watching us out the corner of his eye.
Oh yeah, you said yeah. Well, yeah, that really, I just don't like when people do things that they shouldn't.
I don't like when people just want to cut you off like that, like in the line. But what bothered me the most was that when you look around, as far as black people, it was literally us three.
Oh, really? I didn't even pay attention to that.
Yeah, after I noticed it was a black guy, I mean, because you don't pay attention to it as much as I do, but I noticed when I'm the only one.
Oh,
and yeah, I was just kind of like, yo, we the only three in here, and
this is what you do.
Like all the other people got social distancing 6 feet too. Like,
but we were the only ones not looking because we.
I mean, but we was right there. We was still right there by the part. I mean, it was just, I guess it was our turn to move up. But I mean,
but still, he could have waited and been like, "Oh, you guys are next."
Yeah.
He was rude.
We wasn't even down there for. We didn't even pick up the cars for 30 seconds.
I don't know how long. It wasn't that long, but
no.
Either way, I just don't like when people are just rude and just like we're supposed to be looking out for each other. Like
just rude and inconsiderate.
Yeah, like today actually, I was in the gas station and this lady was like, "Oh, I have to go to work," and I was like, "Oh, you can go in front of me." Sweet, simple, nice. I wasn't in a rush to go anywhere. It was on my way home. I wasn't in a rush to go anywhere, and she was. So, out of the greatness of my heart, it's just easy to allow somebody to do something. Like doing something nice for somebody is not difficult.
You know how many times people let me cut in front of them at the grocery store if I just got like one item?
Yeah, and those are people I pray God blesses them with abundance because it's something small, but like honestly, it's just showing that you're a good person.
Pretty much. But take the stress off somebody back.
Yeah, he got on my nerves. But all right, guys, please be safe. Have a great night.
Please.
The weekend is coming up. I hope you guys have a great weekend. They're starting to open things back up.
Take it easy. Please don't.
Yeah, take it easy. Like Arizona, they lost their mind. They started to open up restaurants and barbershops and nail salons and hair salons. And so I know it's been tough. I know there's a lot of stores that are not going to ever reopen. And like even so, Sweet Tomatoes, that's a restaurant. It's a buffet. Yeah. They're closing all of their locations because they can't meet COVID, like the pandemic reopen thing, because they're a buffet.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of restaurants that are not even going to be able to withstand this. So unfortunately, I understand that on the business side, why people are, wanting to open up. And I get why people want to support these local businesses as well. But just be safe, order out if you can.
Yeah.
And just make sure you are protecting your immune system as always. And just be nice to people. Treat other people well.
Pretty much.
Well, we love you guys. And until next time.
Logging out.
We're logging out. I'm like, chop, chop.
We need to have it ready next time.